Hello YouTube and welcome to a new series on the channel here today. Today we're here to watch episode 1 of Takopi's Original Sin. Very excited to jump in here. Not sure what to expect. I have heard great things and yeah, there's only one way to find out. Let's watch this sucker. Well actually first let's take a step back and talk about a little bit of context leading in here. One, if it's your first video on the channel, hello, hi. I react to anime, and I like to have a little bit of a look after the fact. You'll notice the video length. It isn't just the episode length, it is longer than that. So yeah, we'll be going back after the fact, analyzing the episode, talking about it in depth, predicting forward, all sorts of good stuff that we normally do. The next question is, why am I watching this show? I do polls on the channel, so my Discord and my Patreon and people, they voted on this. Here are the results here. Takopi just squashed. It did crazy. And again, the general theme there was 2025 shows, and it's beat all of them. This is the one that has the most demand to be watched. Some may say it's 2025's must-watch show. I think from the outside looking in, that's, you know, basically the consensus. I had a sneaking suspicion running that poll that Takopi was going to come out on top. I was pretty confident, which again probably doesn't make it a great poll in retrospect, but anyway, it's done now, whatever, we're watching it, it's fine. Either way, the next thing I like to do when I start a show is to bring up ANN and talk about the people that made it. We're going to talk about the studio that made it as well as bringing up a key visual and projecting forward off of it a little bit. Maybe talk about the title some as well, considering it's pretty loaded. And then from there, we just watch episode 1. No synopsis, no nothing else, nothing spoilery. Just hop straight in. Why not? Hello, my good friend, ANN. Yeah, this stuff is stacked. So I've already had a bit of a look, like I normally do. And yeah, these people... It's no wonder this thing is as good as it is, based on the people that have made it. Because for me, if you're creating something in current year, and you have super duper talented names, like, all over it, of course it's good. Of course it's good. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Director and series comp by Shinya Ino, first and foremost. Hello, Shinya Ino. What have you worked on? Now, on the straight-up director front, here we have the most prominent thing is Dr. Stone, you would say. Probably the only thing there. That's on taking on, like, a full project, that kind of thing. I saw the first little bit of Dr. Stone. I thought it was okay. I think my brother watched it from memory. He seemed to like it. I don't know. Again, it's like a shonen-y thing, and the character designs were pretty out there, so I was like, yeah, but I don't know, it's a good production, and if anything, if it's like a getting your sea legs kind of thing in the industry, like leading something like that is probably not a bad go. Anyway, I feel like there's way more, like, important credits here, let's say. Freerun. Freerun's a really good credit, considering it was probably the consensus best show last year. Depending on how you delineate things, of course. And episode 14 isn't a bad episode either from memory. Spoilers for Freerun, I guess. It's the one with the ring. So that's a pretty good one. Really effective scene. Real tearjerker. Yeah, a lot of the episodes are in that show. I believe the animation studio here worked on that one as a whole because, I mean, I'm skipping ahead, but, I mean, it's there. Also, spoilers again. A few other notable ones. Any work on Made in Abyss is probably good stuff, up to and including assistant director. Very cool. The one I zeroed in on here is Review Starlight. This is a common credit between a lot of people on the staff, and Review Starlight, it's so damn good. Where's more shows like Review Starlight, man? Anyway, it's fine. Ikuhara's nachos, but Ikuhara's nachos are still really good. Anyway, the last one I really wanted to highlight, there's a couple more fun ones there too, but the last one was Yohane the Parhelion. This is the Love Live spin-off. Fucking based. Awesome. Yeah, just some random work on it. Cool. Yes, Moang, or Moang, let's say. I brought this up because episode directing, episode 2? Yeah. Yeah, they're really good. I was looking through this as well, and, like, holy shit, literally every one of these credits is, like, incredible. I mean, just reading off some names here: One Day Priority, Sarazanmai, Review Starlight, Ranking of Kings, Twilight Wings. There's, like, hardly a bad credit on there, and I reckon if you go to, you know, any Sakuga blog type thing and look up their name, you will see a bunch of really cool looking stuff. So again, with that context, really looking forward to next episode. Holy shit. Specifically here, a lot of work with Naoko Yamada of late as well. Heike Monogatari, Garden of Remembrance, and up here, Colors Within. Fantastic stuff. Sure. Yeah, holy shit. Fucking Apothecary Diaries, Bocce the Rock. So much. So much. We're in for a treat, for sure. In a similar vein, we have Eri Irie, I'm going to say, who is also known as Rika, which we're delineating them as for Takopi. Some work on that specific episode of Freerun again. Delicious in Dungeon. Up here, there's just plenty of good stuff. More Love Live. Hey, look at that. Review Starlight once again as well. Manga Sensei. Sure, not sure why I brought that up, but whatever. Oh yeah, I really like to do it yourself too. That was a really fun show. There's another one that's coming up quite a bit. Akepi's Sailor Uniform. Excellently well animated content. Your mileage may vary, but the show fucking looks damn good, I can tell you that. Like, just as a general theme, these seem to be like new, super talented faces in the industry that are all working together on this thing all at once. They've seen an opportunity, they've all gotten together, and they're like, this is the thing. This is the thing that's going to make us like superstars. That's what it kind of feels like to me, I guess. And I know I'm really like taking my time here, but I'm pretty sure this thing's going to be good. So I want to take my time on it. I want to figure out who's made this good thing. Such as Yoshiaki Fujisawa, whose name I believe has come up before. Must have been for Review Starlight. That's the only thing I can really see there that I've done. Land of the Lustrous as well, I guess. But, I mean, fantastic music in both. But, I mean, again, just looking through here, Review Starlight has great music. Mushoku Tensei, despite content, has really good music. Love Live, fantastic music across the whole thing. Both the songs and the instrumentals there are both great. I've heard good things about Apocalypse Hotel as well. Place Further Than the Universe has great music. Like, yeah, hardly a bad credit here, man. Like, it's really impressive what we've done. Last one here to highlight would be the animation director Sagako Itakura. Sure, if I can read, where it seems to be a lot of background artwork with Anime Workshop Basara on a ton of stuff, up to and including a lot of Kyoto Animation. Again, I'll rattle them off: Clanad, K-On!, Hyoka, Free, Sound Euphonium, Tamako Market, Violet Evergarden. They're all there, like, so it's all the really good Kyoto Animation shows, man. And when it's not Kyoto Animation, apparently it's fucking Shaft. And like, Shaft up here. Yeah, that's Shaft. Don't ask me how I know that, but it is. The only other animation director work is nothing that I've particularly seen. Like, I don't know what this is, but again, you've got a solid resume there with the background art stuff. Again, projecting ahead, but I have this image here. I'm going to zoom in here in a second. The background looks awesome. It looks incredible, so sure, again, we'll get there. Probably the last one worth looking at for the moment, as I throw myself all over the place, is Anishiya, who is the animation production studio for this thing. And to my knowledge, this is their first thing? Like, okay, this is an Overwatch thing. This is a music video. Like, anyway, let's get it. Where's this? This is better for this, I think. Like, this is literally the stuff they've done. They did episode 6 of Delicious in Dungeon, or at least helped a lot. Episode 14 over here. A Yoasobi Pokemon thing, another Pokemon thing, an Overwatch thing, and a bunch of commercials and music videos and stuff. Like, this is like their first thing. And I mean, I'm bad at Googling, so I'd like somebody better at Googling to maybe have a look there and, you know, figure out where these people came from. Like, I don't know what this is. Anyway, next up, key visual. This is probably the best shot I got of it, of the best quality. I can zoom in a little bit if I wanted to, but yeah. And now it's time to talk about the actual show and not the people behind it and what I think this thing even is, and the few things I know about it. One, I'm pretty sure that this is Takopi. Little squid guy, he's probably going to be called Takopi, let's face it. 2, it's called Takopi's Original Sin, which, again, the original sin links into Christianity. It's an Adam and Eve type thing. It kind of proves that humans have bad parts to them. They can be tempted into sin and not be the best all the time. And fighting against that inherent desire to sin is probably worth looking at. But the question is the combination of the two, right? So Takopi and Original Sin. What did this little squid guy do? What did he do? Anyway, That's a large-scale question. We'll probably get there by the end of episode 1, I'm saying. Maybe. Or maybe it's like a whole series question. Anyway, character designs. The next thing we should focus on. Well, first and foremost, there's a sign in the back, which just seems like some park-type stuff, I guess. There's an umbrella, which is cool. Anyway, character designs. 3 girls of various ages? I don't know. Are they in middle school? Let's say middle school, maybe. Maybe primary school? I don't know. Are they going to be meeting with Takopi somehow? What is Takopi? Where does he come from? I really don't know. You seem very plain. You're giving off like, I don't know, something's not right vibes. Like something's not right at home, or your clothes are a little big. You're very skinny, which is throwing me off too. And then the other 2 are pretty boilerplate, let's be honest. You seem pretty popular, or at least a little bit more leaning that way, and you seem like the nerdy one. Like that's, again, generalizing. Obviously the characters have more going on than that, but that's my 2 cents for the moment. The aforementioned backgrounds are really good too. So yeah, I'm really confused. Red string? Red scarf? Who has a scarf? Anyway, food for thought, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we'll kind of leave it there and jump into this first episode, I guess. It's really not elucidated much for me. I'm kind of on the same level again. A few more things. I'm using the Crunchyroll version because, I don't know, I thought I'd go official for the first one just so everybody's on the same page. If some fan sub is better, I've heard things about JGM or GJM, probably. Yeah, that's probably it. If they're any better, please let me know and I'll change. The other one is I think that this thing's also on Netflix, so one of the Netflix subs, and I think that this thing's longer than a standard episode, I believe. Somewhere around 30 minutes, so look forward to that as well. And with all that said, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to thank the Patreon. So if you're craving that next Takopi, episode 2, I'm gonna imagine, because it seems like a 1 episode a week show. We'll see in the future. But hey, there's gonna be more Takopi up. It's on Patreon. If you want to be that 1 week ahead, it's linked there in the description below. You can pay me $6. That's all you need. 1 month. And you get basically Takopi a week early for a month, which will be most of the show. So, I don't know, seems like a good deal to me. Many people have accessed such a deal, such as Mickey Bebbers, AF, AJ, Banana Rama Dama-sama, BD422, Capella, Trevor Ribby, Copley, Dapper Dwarf, Ed, Fancy Question Mark, Fleur Nightingale, Fruit, Gloriana Tenebrae, Glyke, Greybeard, Guanal, Gus N, Hans Peter, Ika, Iwayuru, Yako Yavanen, Jami Boo, Joran, Kasogtha, Clem, Nosta, Kot Begemot, Lick H, Lou, Marco-san, Miru, Mistake El Chen, Molly Weinberger, Mr. Maniacs, Aussie, Parnek, Pencil Sharp 333, Ronlight B&K, Saint Lily, Sal, Sam1373, Skeleton, Tentacle member, Waifu Overdose, Without a Net, Yuki Ali, Akomancer, Binshi, Kelvin, Voodoo Chili, Aiden O'Brien, and Zach. Thank you to everybody for giving me money. I enjoy the money. And yeah, Takopi, episode 1, Crunchyroll subs, coming up right now. Let's jump in. Okay. Alright. Sure. Okay. It's going to be a happy show then. That's good to know. Okay. At least they didn't leave me, out in the lurch on that one. They just kind of went right ahead and said it. Thank you, Crunchyroll. Anyway, that aside, there's the episode up there. 37 minutes and 47 seconds on this one. Sync up accordingly with your own copy. Jesus. That's the Crunchyroll copy as well. As I said before, there's also a picture-in-picture version in the description below for your viewing pleasure. Sure. I was going to talk a little bit more about Wonder Egg Priority. Maybe I should have. Anyway. Let's give this thing a 3, 2, 1, shall we? Why not? Radio. 3, 2, 1, go. Can I imagine that my audio is right too? Yeah. Good. Good, good, good. Hello, Takopi. Oh yeah, I probably should have talked about this location as well a little bit more too. Somebody is there. It seems like Takopi. Okay. Where did you come from? Okay. Alright, it kind of threw us straight in. Takopi's going to prison? Cheery. Ooh, cool animation. Okay. I really love the character designs. It's almost giving me Girls Last Tour over there too. Why do I get the feeling that the opening's lying? Okay. Are you an alien? From Planet Happy? So you've been hiding out? Shizuka. Shizuka's an interesting name. Music's cool. I'm gonna call you Takopi. I'm not calling you that. You got no chance. Dude, this P vocal tick, man. Little squid guy. Fourth grade. Okay. Oh yeah. Nice wings, man. Thanks for the wings. Now, I don't want to be that guy. But wings have another connotation as well. Are you eating? You should eat. It seems like Takopi's out of his depth. That was a really cool shot. I don't think that's it. Okay. So you're like protecting Takopi almost as well. Bullied? Family situation? It's hilarious. Awesome. I'm not in on the joke, though. What's a happy gadget? What does it do? What is it? But what does that do? Okay, so it's like a... It's just like a Polaroid camera. What's a writing board? Yeah, okay. I'm not stupid. I knew that you were the second person implied in that conversation before. Takopi, this task, it seems impossible. She's fucking over your shit already. Butterfly's interesting. Takopi, we're in the middle of a montage. Something's gotta give, buddy. It's Chappie the dog. Oh, come home. Ah. Now, I like Chappie. He's very well animated, too. The dog might eat you? Is that a problem? Not for long, though. What is the job that would leave to... Oh. Oh. I see. Ah. Yeah. This isn't... Takopi, I fear you're out of your depth, buddy. Is something gonna happen to the dog? I don't know if I can deal with that. Yeah, this is science fiction. Really cool shot again. Love the sky. What are the rules, Mama Squid? Okay. That's a little smile. That's nice. Why'd I get the feeling that was gonna happen? What are you holding on to? Takopi's starting to piss me off, man. What are you gonna do with that? Bye-bye. Takopi? Takopi? Good. Takopi. You gotta go, buddy. I'm a little bit worried about the dog, too. I'm worried about a lot of things. This is like stressing me out. What's in the foreground there? I mean, is she. Is this it? That's, again, this is my worst fear. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Is she good? It's a lot more going on than that. I mean, is that an original sin? Yeah. But the my question becomes, what's the show? Yeah. I didn't think you had that ability. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. So this frames the narrative. I see. This is really, really cool. Correct. It's how long you got? Okay. Yeah, only halfway. I kind of already want to pause and talk about a lot of stuff, which is a great sign. Takopi, you good, bro? Okay. What, school? That's my next question. Can they see Takopi? Yeah, I'm not. I'm not a big fan of her. What if you fucked off and died? How about that? Maybe it's too early to be saying stuff like that. A happy flower? But you just said I stank, and now I've got flowers in my hair, and apparently that's a problem too? Is that the writing board that was stolen? No, you fucking stole it. Is that fucking Chica? Yo. Okay, those are the three characters that were on the post already. Takopi, you got a long way to go, buddy. How many times can you go back? The art's really cool. Got a little guardian angel. But... No, yeah. You just ate my fucking food. Oh, okay, now it looks like I ate my fucking food. Okay, gotcha. But like that's like that's a great example. You're papering over the cracks. Takopi, I know we got 6 episodes to do this. Got to go a bit deeper than this. Love some of this though. It's giving me look back a little bit. Another obvious one, as well as the first 20 minutes or so of a silent voice. It's kind of giving me that too. Specifically love it when we do split frame stuff too. I think that's really cool. What are you, 10? You're calling her a slut? Kids can be so fucking mean, man. Okay, Takopi. Fucking seething. Oh. Well done. It's deeper than that too. What? No. 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 Yeah, I'm not. It's not much of a fight. It's pretty one-sided. Don't go there. No. This is fucking horrible, man. Takopi, buddy, you gotta get with the program. There's brutal touches here, man, all over the place. Okay, what are we doing? Pardon? Oh. Oh. Interesting. Same voice actress? Very well done if it is. Yeah, do you feel pain in that body too? Because you're about to. Holy Jesus Christ, man. Hmm. I see. You went back. I mean, I gained some information there. I'm not sure how Takopi did, but She said so. Some of her faces are very funny. And some of hers aren't. Okay, then we're going to go back here again. Gotcha. Fuck, that looks good, man. Interesting. Where are we? Yeah. Even a little bit earlier than I thought. Fantastic arc for this episode, man. As I said before, I can't wait to talk about it. Okay. Very interesting that you're doing it regardless. Okay. Okay, I think I'm putting together the pieces there. Interesting. Our first taste of that character too, which I know we got a name for before. This is very intriguing. Also, I love what's not shown there in that scene too. Okay. It's interesting that you know that too. Okay, so you know too. Because you're appreciative. Got a long way to go, Takopi. What do you say? Uh-huh. Okay. Whatever you say. Yeah, we'll see, buddy. I think we got a long way to go. Cool. I mean, just excellent from every point of view. Looks great. Sounds great. Story's fascinating. It's fucking brutal, man. Holy shit. If somebody binges this show, like, just look out for them. Why is this so sad too? Holy shit. Holy shit, man. Holy fuck. Cool. I mean, I think I'm going to come back a little bit later and we'll talk about that in a little bit more depth. It's good. It's really good. It's just, yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about it more. Anyway, yeah. Jesus Christ, man. Holy. And we're back. It's the next day. Takopi's Original Sin, Episode 1 in the books. What did I think? It was everything as reported. It was amazing looking. It sounded fantastic. It was brilliantly paced. It told a wonderful story. And it was sad as fuck. It was brutal. It was a brutal watch. Like, I was thinking to myself after finishing, imagine doing 2 episodes in a row. You would be a wreck. Like, I don't think that's even remotely feasible. Like, the length of the episodes was already the deterrent there, but, like, holy shit, the content is not conducive to a binge. Let's say that. If you binge this kind of show, you're built different. You're superior to me. Let's say that. So yeah, coming away from it very happy. Well, that's the wrong word, but not very happy with the content, but very happy with the product overall. I think it's really good. Deserves the hype, deserves the accolades, all of that stuff. Let's put that out there first before we start talking about the thing in proper. So what is the most striking thing about this show to me as it stands right now? For me, it's Takopi's character arc, at least here in episode 1. And it's funny, when you start a new show, you're kind of like, okay, I'm still kind of getting my sea legs. I'm not really sure what's really going on here. I'm not sure what the tone is. I'm just trying to get comfortable. And the whole time I'm like, does the show think that Takopi's doing anything? And very clearly, no, they don't. Takopi's Original Sin is a show about a little squid alien dude who comes down and is horrendously out of his depth in dealing with basically the worst situation imaginable. Takopi is naive. That is the number one thing going on here for sure, which is what makes the end so fantastic, right? Or at least close on the end, right? Takopi actually comes out and, what would you say, gets a taste of Shizuka's medicine? Like this kind of stuff, right? Like, yeah. It is easy from the outside to produce, platitudes and niceties and that kind of thing, right? I honestly think very early on, I think Takopi's being compared with this character a little bit, right? Who wants to do the right thing, but offers only kind of, niceties, platitudes, that kind of thing. Like, I feel like they're being reflected somewhat. I said in the reaction, and this is a very difficult thing to do, you have to get to the root cause of the problem, which Takopi makes no attempt to do through, until the scene happens, right? And again, that's the kind of, I don't know, you wouldn't call it the inciting incident. It's kind of, I guess, for the kind of time travel part of the plot, I guess. Like, until then, Takopi is super useless, and then, okay, Takopi's like, okay, I better actually go to school and see what's going on, and then it's like, okay, I can just paper over the cracks, and everything's gonna be okay. And then we find out, shit, no, that everything's not gonna be okay. We still have Marina, I believe, her going crazy on Shizuka, going, like, again, the same things will happen if Takopi does not intervene. Or maybe intervenes in a better way, you know what I mean? Like, I can try to make Shizuka look one way, but that's not going to fix the root issue of why Marina feels the way that she does, you know? And that's ultimately the cause of the bullying. Because, again, I don't think Shizuka's going to get any support network from home. She doesn't seem to have any friends. I mean, sans Takopi, but, like, yeah, we got to dig deeper. That's what this show's going to be about, digging deeper through these various time loops to figure out what the hell is even going on, and if we can find a happy medium somewhere where these characters can be happy. That is going to be the goal. And the time travel aspect is something that was super surprising. I did not see that coming at all. It's giving... There's a part in the middle of Steins Gate about that midpoint where, you know, the plot really starts to ramp up, and there's a, you know, huge stakes raiser, I guess I would say. It kind of reminds me of that, of, you know, almost hopelessly working against something which seemed like the universe seems to have already deemed this to be the fact. And I'm fighting against that almost. ReZero in a similar way. Maybe it's just the time loop nature of it, but yeah, it's giving that, which is a really cool twist. I didn't see that coming. I think another point of discussion is trigger warnings, right? So I'm caught in two minds here, but ultimately I think that this is the right thing to do. Again, I'm not suicidal. I'm not depressed. I don't need these resources, but the people that do probably should have access to them and be notified before watching something that from the outside looking in looks pretty happy, before watching that it's going to involve this kind of stuff, right? See, again, my content brain is like, okay, no, that's spoilery, but I think you need stuff like this for the people that actually need it. And again, I'm happy enough to, you know, let that be. It's just, yeah, when I'm making a reaction video, obviously you want things to be, like, surprising, and then, you know, you see this, and then you see the part where Takopi's giving her a rope, and then it's like, okay, I see where we're going here. Doesn't make it any less soul-crushing, but, yeah, you need the trigger warnings there. That's my 2 cents, I guess. Another thing I was kind of thinking about as well as I was kind of tucking myself into bed, One Egg Priority. This is giving One Egg Priority. Again, kind of based on subject matter a little bit. The girls in that show are a little bit older, but there's a lot of similar things going on there. A sci-fi twist to, you know, a pretty serious topic, you would say. Now, here's the difference, and again, I'm pretty sure you guys can see it too. This doesn't suck. Hey, One Egg Priority didn't suck after 1 episode either. It didn't suck after 7. It sucked a lot after that, though. But anyway, the thing that assures me is that there is a manga, there is a story, there is a plan. It's only 6 episodes, and it's done. Like, holy shit, how nice is that? We're not just winging it. I'll never forgive One Egg Priority, man. Holy shit. Man. Yeah, the good One Egg Priority. Let's say that this is it. Sure. I mean, I think I'm just going to jump back through. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to say much else. There's a lot of, like, individual, really well-produced scenes and some really nice under-the-hood stuff going on, but in broad strokes, I feel like the plot is pretty... there's a few clues that I want to talk about, too, and you know, just how dire the situation is. Because, again, I meant to talk about this before as well. I don't feel like this tells the whole story either about how depressing this whole thing is. Like, it is everything. It is everything, and I'll be going through each of the steps of that everything as we go here. It is... We can project forward off some of the information for sure. But mostly, I think this is going to be production stuff, because it's really pretty. It's really, really pretty. Again, here you can take the time to break down all of these scenes. This background is fucking awesome. It's, you know, hand-painted. You zoom in here, all that stuff looks fucking epic. There's a clear separation between Shizuka and the rest of the class. You can almost instantly tell from the intonation of the voice that something is seriously, seriously wrong. Should I talk about this? What would you even call these? Pipes, I guess? The three kind of pylons that are kind of stacked here too. I find that curious that, you know, you kneel down in front of one of them and then Takopi comes out. There seems to be three main characters in the show. Is this anything? You know what this start here is also giving? It's giving time travel movie. It seems like we're thrust right into the action. Why do you say, hey, is someone there? And then Takopi pops out. Like, what is the... It feels like there is more setup before the start of the episode even begins that we haven't seen yet that will elucidate things come, you know, the 11th hour, something like that. I've kind of talked about Takopi already. It's kind of every facet of Takopi as a character is giving out of my depth. Like, okay, we have basically 10-year-olds here, the main characters, right? Normally they would be interested in these kind of mascot characters, very cutesy, you know. It's something that they should be focused on instead of all the really, really serious shit going on around them. Is, you know, it's a distraction. It's in an ideal world, this would be the thing that I'd be focusing on. Like, I think it's telling that Shizuka, upon seeing an alien cartoon character, is still, like, depressed as fuck. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's serious shit going on. This is child's play. I'm almost forced to be, like grown up. I'm forced to be in a situation where I have to grow up based on the circumstances. And again, very purposefully, out of my depth, for sure. And Takopi kind of annoyed me initially until I saw what we were doing. Again, the naivety is the point. The not getting it is the point. And yeah, this thing is fucking animated well. Don't know if you... That's also a nice contrast to, obviously, extremely well animated child over here versus very flat Takopi. Depth, dimensionality, you know, seriousness versus out of my depth. I literally have no depth. I'm flat. Now the opening. What's another opening that lies? Yeah, there's a few of them. This is right up there. This is a top tier opening that lies. It's a very, very happy opening for a not so very happy show. So yeah, we see Takopi escaping the happy planet or whatever it was called, and then kind of crash landing on Earth and getting put in prison. Oh my god, no. Before we have a look at our camera here, that's a very important device to the plot. And then, yeah, okay, let's take our time here and talk about this. Okay, Shizuka's mother. Shizuka's mother seems to be struggling to make ends meet and is working as an escort. She's also working as an escort on, like, whilst Marina's father is cheating on his wife with her. So, again... We'll get into Marina, but she's pretty clearly projecting, you know, this feeling onto Shizuka, which isn't fair at all. Like, you know, she's not her mother. She can't control these things. Marina feels powerless in her role right now, and she chooses to take it out on somebody else equally powerless. This isn't ideal. And then of course, Shizuka's dad, who isn't in the picture at all, and again, is probably causing this financial stressful situation thing going on. Now, again, what's the connection here? Those are two dads that suck. Two dads that suck, holy shit, like a lot. I also fear for the dog's life. So, very noticeably in the scene where it happens with the rope, the dog's not there. The dog's run away, or the dog's been... Again, the dog is like your only light in your life. It feels like the dog's the only good thing that's happening at any moment, which makes me obviously fearful considering the show's subject matter. Specifically as well, it sucks for, you know, the mom here to be able to do anything about Shizuka's situation, because you hardly even see her. Like, okay, I'll get home from school. By the time I get home from school, my mother's getting ready to go to work. On the flip side, I think that this is going to be utterly deranged. Like, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting, like... We'll talk about it when we get to the scene, but the mom here already is giving... It's a really, really messy situation, let's say that. Again, just pausing here, you know, making a third meal, putting the cling wrap over it. Potentially, again, these two things are linked, you know? That's kind of the vibe, you know? Yeah, I want to meet this guy and probably punch him in the back of the head if I'm honest. Now, this is another curious one. Where does this third character come into it? So Mum's left very early in the piece, and then you come home, you're doing homework. Is this an older brother in the back there? Maybe? Interesting. I wonder where that character comes into it. Who is you? Again, I feel like we can hardly even predict ahead here. It's too early in the piece. Continuing into kind of the chorus of the opening here, we have a fight taking place between Marina and Shizuka, where she's got her little posse of people too. Fantastic kind of character posing, animation stuff all through here. It's just gorgeous. Like, I mean, I kind of just want to frame by frame some of it for a minute, like, then the swap over there, VLC, behave. This almost makes it seem like Shizuka's going to stand up here at some point. Again, we have the pretty clear setup, being bullied, trying to stand up for her, the bullier, the bully, I guess you would say. Takopi desperately trying to bring these two together under the false notion that they were ever friends. Were they ever friends? I don't think they were. At least, I don't think that's being implied. Again, it's going to be an interesting one for me at the very end of the piece here. If the, again, show goes the way I think it's going to go. Are these two characters going to, you know, reconcile? Is there going to be a friendship here by the very end? I feel like so much water has already gone, like, under the bridge. Like, this isn't possible. You know what I mean? I don't feel like these two could ever be friends and me believe it. I don't know, I kind of want to see Shizuka smiling. I guess that's kind of my takeaway, and if Marina is there or not, that's neither here nor there. I don't know. Again, it depends on... You would have noticed in the opening, I said... in the reaction, I said... I really hope this Marina girl will die, or something like that. Something equally kind of, you know... I just kind of threw it out there. I didn't really think about it. And then I pulled myself back. I'm like, no, okay, clearly she's got some stuff going on too. Like, very clearly. I shouldn't blame just yet, but again, you're already bullying, you're taking it out on somebody. Obviously, you're in the wrong, but who's in the wronger? Is it the people raising you? Like, it's a can of worms, for sure. Yeah, definitely giving older brother, for sure. Yeah, I was liking some of this too. Girls Last Tour vibes, which, you know, you're in really good company there. Again, Girls Last Tour vibes. Look at all these happy faces. I'm sure the happy faces are going to persist, Takopi. Interestingly enough, episode 1 is called To You in 2016. That's interesting. What do you mean? To You in 2016? Is that almost like it's like non-diegetic almost. Is this to somebody in the author's life back in 2016? Or does it actually pertain to the show itself? It's yet to be seen. I'm going to let it be. I think it's curious in a show that seems to be tangentially about time travel, that's a thing. I don't know. We'll see. I was kind of talking about this already when we were talking about Takopi's character design, but the vocal tick, the kind of P we put on the end of every word, very anime. It just goes to show, once again, how much you are out of your depth. Using that as your Shizuka's form later on in the episode, the exacerbating the issue, again, this shit's deep, and surface level shit like this isn't going to cut it, I guess. That's, again, strikingly the show's thesis so far. I guess we put the pieces together there on the plot. Maybe I'm wrong. Kind of, again, you're hiding from the authorities here in this little pipe thing, and that's when you find Shizuka. First thing we do is feed Takopi the bread, which is something that continues to come back through the episode. I know that she's literally 10, but she looks awful skinny. Like, way, way, way too skinny. Like, I'm not eating well, I have disordered eating skinny. Like, that's probably a subtextual thing going on here. Probably closer to even a textual thing going on here. When I say that we're attacking all of these really serious topics at once and you feel hilariously out of your depth, I'm not lying. I'm very happy I don't have to call Takopi this name. I feel like I would struggle. That's a really cool effect, though, if you zoom in on that. I'd love to know the structure of the manga as well. You can feel really clear delineations here where, like, a scene will end and Shizuka will say something pretty poignant and, you know, that indicates more about her situation, and Takopi just kind of doesn't get it, and that feels like a really obvious end to a chapter or something. So I wonder if this is like a small chapter, a mini chapter, like this first introduction, and then the next one, and then the next one. Like, I'll kind of try to call them out as I see it, but the first one here is when we comment on the wings, and that the wings won't fix anything. Like, that feels clearly delineated as the end there. Once again, I'm going to be kind of a broken record on this, but, like, putting wings on somebody and letting them fly around and that kind of thing isn't going to fix the base problem at the root of your sadness. It is a temporary high, literally. So, again, Takopi's got a lot of growing and learning to do. That's the show in a nutshell. Now, another one that's really fun too, I keep noticing this clock in the background. It's very obviously there, and it's very obviously telling us what time of day it is at certain times. Just again, I've done my fair share of time travel fiction. Just keeping an eye on it. It's curious. It may just be setting up thematically that time travel is a thing, that time is a factor, that time is running out. That may be its presence, but there could be a more tangible use here. Just keeping an eye on it. Holy fuck, this show's well animated too. Like, look at this movement. Just there. Just in the face there too. Just really damn good. I was really excited coming off of reading this stuff, and it has not disappointed. The other one, of course, is why is, Shizuka hanging out here? The school would probably end around 3:30, something like that. Now it's 4:40. You've been chilling with Takopi for like an hour or so. You clearly don't want to go home and see Mum at all. Mum probably leaves for work around now, and you're making sure that she's gone before you go back. That is the justification for the meetings every day that they're having, is that I'm kind of just wasting time. The first time we see Shizuka's back here as well, we see, I don't know, I can't really translate them, but they probably mean things that have been written on her bag. The first indicated that she's being heavily bullied. The worst bullied. As bad as it's ever been. Once again, Takopi looks at the backpack, zooms in. Perhaps could Shizuka have already flown before? No, you were supposed to look at the backpack and make the same realization that the audience was making, that she's being fucking super mega bullied. Again, it's the point of the show. It's the point of the show. First introduction to Marina-chan, of course, who is the antagonist. The bully, as it stands right now. Where, again, I'm not stupid, so I put together immediately that they're talking about Shizuka. Like, hey, I broke her writing board so she can't use it anymore. I'm writing mean stuff on her bag. I'm stealing her stuff. I'm doing all sorts of terrible things to her. This is where it was kind of giving a silent voice. We have, a pretty clear social hierarchy and a bunch of people that enable a terrible person. Like, that's that's the start of that film in a nutshell, I guess. It makes me feel really frustrated with the adults in the scenario. Like, what are the teachers doing? Like, anything at all? It's the most obvious I'm being bullied in the world ever. Like, I don't even care if the kids don't learn. Just help them not to die. Like, seriously, holy shit. And again, I know it isn't entirely the teacher's responsibility either, but you are the adult in the room. You are seeing these things, or at least you should be. Like, I don't know. Try harder, I guess. It is also wigging me out that it is Chika. So that is Konami Kohara. A great voice actress, kind of going along with these kind of really ambitious new names on the scene, kind of animators we have behind the scenes. We have one of the best up-and-coming VAs. That's just really great work. It'd be nice to see her in a role with some depth. She probably has had some now that I'm thinking about it, but something which is pretty clearly one of the more important roles of the year in anime almost. Like, that's really, really well casted. I like that. I can't say I've recognized anybody else's voice. I will say Shizuka's VA, if she's doing both the kind of happy version that Takopi does later on as well as the normal stuff, then that is really good work as well, even if I can't recognize the voice by ear. Now, this is a very important point in the plot. This is when the happy camera comes out, of course, and we take our first picture. This will be the point at which we reverse back to each and every time. At this point, the bullying has well and truly been going on for quite a long time, and it doesn't seem like anything's changing. I guess the point being, we can't go back to before the crisis. We can't go back, unless Takopi ass pulls something else. We can't go back to we're in the middle of the crisis happening and we need to move quickly because of that. I will say I'm acting very high and mighty at the moment. Like, oh, I understand what's going on. Oh, I understand the plot at play. I have no idea how this thing's going to end, man. Like, it's very easy for me to stand here and call out Takopi for being kind of naive and shallow, but I don't know the answer either. Like, it sucks. It fucking sucks. Like, and that makes me excited. I want to see what the show ultimately has to say at the very end of this as to what the remedy even is, even if there is a remedy, you know? That's what I'm interested in, and to kind of, you know, see their take, I guess, and what they would do. Shizuka leaves a little bit early today because her writing board has gone missing. Hardy ha. That's when we put together the two kind of stories there. Very cool. Once again, Takopi, naive. She seems very busy, not understanding why she has to go buy a new writing board. Like, it's the point. It's the point of the thing. The butterfly. The butterfly is an interesting one as we go through a little bit of a montage where Takopi tries in vain to make Shizuka happy. Butterflies. Butterflies a change. Butterflies a metamorphosis. Butterflies a butterfly effect, which is probably involved in a lot of the time travel stuff going on here as well. Another one I noticed is butterflies, well, fly. We kind of had the bit earlier about flying, how Shizuka says that flying won't fix anything, but still she gazes up at the butterfly, you know, rather than focusing on Takopi. Maybe somewhere deep inside you think, maybe life would be better if I could just fly away, that kind of thing. But even there's probably something with, like, wings, flying, not being on the ground, which may come back a little bit later as well. It's an interesting one. Keep it in the back pocket. I'm pretty sure it's just a time travel thing, if I'm honest. Ending the montage, we have Shizuka going and seeing Chappie. She has to feed Chappie. Chappie is the dog. Chappie is wonderful. Not enough good things can happen to Chappie. I'll leave it there. I think bad things happen to Chappie. And this is where I get kind of sad too. I love dogs. There's, like, to the love that a dog gives you, they don't expect anything in return. They don't expect reciprocation. They don't expect they just like you. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of out on a limb there, but I really, really relate to this. And just, like, no matter what, he's going to be there. He's going to be happy to see me. It's going to be the highlight of his day. It's going to be the highlight of my day. That's just awesome. Righto, so this is when we actually get a look at Shizuka's house, and there's plenty of clues as to what's going on here. You would imagine alcohol. You would imagine a pretty ramshackle, makeshift little kind of vanity beauty station over here. You would imagine it's a one-room kind of place. Looks pretty disheveled in the backyard. It's kind of on the outskirts. It doesn't seem particularly expensive. They're really struggling to make ends meet, and you can kind of tell from the background here. Takopi asks about the father. I don't have a dad. Takes the wrong kind of lesson from this. Again, pretty obvious stuff. This is when... Okay, so let's skip ahead a little bit, because, like, obviously we get to, like, the thing where we don't have Chappie. Chappie's not here, and you're holding the collar, and you look all beat up and muddy and stuff. This is a, you know, this indicates a scene that we will see later on take place. And we'll come back to here and we'll realize what has happened. Or, again, I mean, I can kind of tell what happened already, kind of. I think the mariner did something to the dog. And, you know, you've had to run away for some reason, and you're kind of looking for it. That's why you're all muddy and stuff. You're also bruised, like Marina was beating you up in that process. Like, okay, then we go back here. So now we know that Chappie is gone, and that is the day which you take your own life. So that's terrible, obviously, right? Chappie was the one thing that my dad left me, is the thing here too, right? We've been together since he was just a puppy. Like, I've known him his entire life. Like, we've just been best buds. And it's the one remnant of potentially a father figure somewhere as well. Again, Chappie is the last straw. That's kind of the vibe here. Even in probably a little bit more of a, like, too overt way. You say here, Chappie, everything's fine if Chappie's here. You know, if Chappie's here, I'm fine no matter what happens. That's a little bit too pointed for mine. Music is gorgeous, though, by the way. Again, the aesthetics of the show are out of this world. It really seems like I'm stopping very often. I'm only really 10 minutes into this thing. There's so much. There's so much I could talk about. I love the concept of Planet Happy being so far away. Like, I can't see Planet Happy right now. I can't fathom Planet Happy. Again, Shizuka can't fathom happiness. That's kind of what this is indicating. That's probably this whole flight thing too, wanting to fly to Planet Happy. Well, I can't just fly there, it's in space. I need something stronger than just wings. Again, you should come visit me on Planet Happy. This is all becoming very obvious on the rewatch. I don't believe in magic. I don't believe in band-aid solutions to my problems. I can't go anywhere. Oh, I love the voice here for the mom too, for Takopi's mother, that tells him to, you know, not violate the rules and all that kind of stuff, and use the happy gadgets. It's just very welcoming. It's giving kind of children's show. And I think at the base of this, like, no matter how naive you think Takopi is at this time, I still believe this. No matter what, I want to see Shizuka-chan smile more. P. Yeah, and I think that's going to make us really root for Takopi. Like, through this whole thing, we're onely determined to make this right, no matter how many times we loop, no matter how many things we try to use, no matter how many, you know, routes we take. We're going to find a way to make things better. And I think having somebody in your life, as kind of, you know, stupid and cutesy and annoying as they are, that really genuinely cares about your happiness and wanting to make you happy, is one of the most reassuring things in the world. So, Shizuka's very lucky in that regard, I guess. But Takopi also got to keep moving. He's got to learn more. He's got to change his tact. He's got to do a lot of things. Oh yeah, I saw this tangentially as well. This was in Shonen Jump. It was in Jump Plus. Is that just... That's not the same as being in Jump, is it? Because that's insane. Like, having this next to everything else that happens in Jump. Anyway, I just thought that was funny. Maybe I'm just wrong there. Maybe it's just available in Jump kind of Plus now. That would make a lot more sense. Anyway, the clear transition point here between Mata Ashita, see you tomorrow, the smile, to the worst thing ever happening the following day. So again, dirty, disheveled, bruised, without the dog. We don't need to see the scene to kind of imagine what happened here, I guess. So now I'm thinking Marina, but it could easily be the mother as well. The mother could have done something to the dog. The dog's probably expensive. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. I had a fight with my friend. Interesting. Okay, again, that doesn't... It's probably Marina, but anyway. Again, because I had a fight with my friend, now it's time for the reconciliation ribbon. Yeah, again. I pretty much suspected where this was going immediately, and this is when it just gets so sad. Like, I'm completely out of my depth here, man. It's well animated, though. It's very much so. Like, again, luckily enough for me, I've never been in this situation. I can't imagine a situation in which you're, like, excited about it, you know? Because that's the kind of eyes here, right? Ooh, that's a great idea, is almost the thing happening. Like, that's... I can't fathom that. I just can't. But it's so sad. Now, my question is this Takopi's original sin? Because we have things that we're not meant to do, which Mom tells us, right? Which is we shouldn't let, you know, humans unaccompanied use these happy gadgets without me nearby. This is the thing that Takopi does, and it results in Shizuka's death. Is that the original sin? Is that one of the original sins that's going to kind of continue through the show, I guess? You would imagine it's the original sin because it's the impetus for everything. It's the impetus for wanting to go back and rectifying things, I guess. Ooh, that's so many brutal touches, and I'm probably missing a ton of them too. The footprints on the back, man. Jesus. That was another one I was thinking about when kind of Marina's beating the shit out of Takopi later on. I don't know what about it. She feels so frail. Like, I feel like if Marina put her foot down, she could break bones very easily. And that's what makes it, like, all the more kind of, like, terrifying and, like, really, like... I don't know. I really didn't like that scene. It really made me uncomfortable. And then, I mean, I don't even want to play much of the rest of this, man. I'm sure you guys know what's going on here. Just... They nail the pace. I love the dread of this scene here. And then happening upon what happens. I mean, love's the wrong word. It's really good, but it sucks. It's like there's like a pit in your stomach, man. Once again, Chappie not home as Takopi goes to check on Shizuka. I don't know what happened to Chappie. It isn't good, though. Like, I mean, I don't need to talk about how sad it is that a 10-year-old is resorting to this. Like, that's insanity. Anyway, yeah. It's so sad. It really is. I'm looking at the background now, too. It just tells a really, really bleak story. That's probably another one as well. Maybe it's just a convenience of it being an anime and we need people to kind of be or look the same a lot, that kind of thing. Keep a current character design. It helps with recognizing them. She's worn the same thing every day. I don't think that she has many clothes either. That's another one. No socks under the shoes. Yeah, and the shoes are very beat up. There is devastating detail all over this thing. This feels lived in. This feels like somebody that's been close to this kind of thing happening in the past. And it makes me just feel so privileged and so lucky to be in the situation where I've never felt like this. Once again, this is one of those big character moments for Takopi. That realizing what Takopi is doing right now isn't enough. You have one here, and you have one about here. Like, okay, this shit's super serious here, and oh shit, I can't just band-aid over this solution. Something's going on with Marino that's deeper than, just niceties and platitudes and that kind of thing. I need to dig deeper here if I want to get a result. Two fantastic moments. Fantastic. And you know what's insane? On the grapevine, I've heard that this one's not even that bad. That the episodes get more brutal. Way more brutal. I don't want to ask how, because, they will show me how, but yeah, we're definitely going to keep it as kind of one a week, I think. The pinky promise seems to be a thing that we're continuing to use too. Just keep that one in mind. The music's doing a lot of heavy lifting here too. It's dire, man. Now, a thing that I really like under the hood here is this death very early on, and then I'm like, because you almost expect Takopi to come in here and then somehow find her alive after all of that as well, because we don't know the twist with the kind of time manipulation stuff yet. So we're like, oh shit, is she just dead? So again, we think that something pretty bad is happening, again, after the trigger warning and everything, but like, we don't know the depth of it. We don't know that it's actually death until, it's confirmed. Am I making any sense? We don't know that there's a supernatural twist yet, so we think it's just legitimate, which adds to the devastation of the death, which I think doesn't undercut it. I feel like it really feels like, I felt like it was the end. I really did. Now, here's an interesting one. This camera can only save one photo at a time. Is that a setup to the point where we're going to have different pictures? Does that make any sense? Like, okay, I can't save this picture, so now I have to take another picture here at some point in the plot, which is going to essentially decrease the time I have. So if I could always go back to this point and then I take a picture after this point, that's set in stone. I can't change any of that period between those 2 points. Is that going to be something we play with? I hope so, because I feel like that'll be devastating. Again, it's all well and good that you have a happy camera that can go back in time and change things, but us mere mortals, we have one shot at this. I feel like that's a fun way to kind of, sit in between there. Like, okay, yeah, there is a supernatural twist. We can go back and find out more, but there is limitations. And yeah, this is where Takopi, I guess, makes the proclamation of what he's going to try to do. I want to understand. I want to find a way for you to have a future where you don't have to die. That's the 20 minutes in, just about. That is the crux of the plot. A lot of this going on as well, Takopi going back to this one point at the very beginning and then suddenly bursting into tears and needing to lock in after that. I really like that. Again, one character, a character who's been characterized with being naive is now the one that isn't naive, Yeah, again, you're the naive one in this scene. I like the swap there and needing to lock back in on trying to do this thing again. It really is just terrible, man. Like, she's 10. Like, okay, because that's the other side of it. She's on welfare, so They make fun of her because she's on welfare and they think that she's a freeloader and that she doesn't work, and I don't know. It's such a difficult situation. Anyway, and it's just so visceral, man. This is the one that really gets to me. I don't know why. This sucks. Now, I don't really understand how this works. They don't see Takopi, they see a flower. I think that's the vibe. Now, let's talk about this. I feel like this is a technique that we're using... I don't know, it's almost very sarcastic about the school system and about the teachers and about the adults in the life and about the people that should be looking out for her, about how obvious it is that this is happening, that it is ridiculously overt that she is being super giga bullied. It feels like this super cynical take on, holy shit, how could you not know? You know? Casting judgment on the teachers and whatnot. Like, you look at this image, it is the most obvious thing in the world what is happening, and nobody can see it. And it's blindingly obvious. It's almost comedy. It would be comedy if it wasn't so fucking tragic. Could somebody smarter than me do the flower language stuff here? Oh, I'm being lazy, just do it myself. I mean, a lot of this stuff seems pretty obvious now that I'm thinking about it. It's a chameleon plant. Transformation and adaptability would be pretty obvious. Takopi can transform and change his form and all that kind of stuff. That's probably what that's talking about. Embodying beauty in the chaos? Sure. Japanese gardens, known for their meticulous design and philosophical undertones, if I could speak, often include a chameleon plant to symbolize the natural beauty of transformation and the impermanence of life. That's an interesting one, for sure. Yeah, I thought that was neat. Sure. Fine. And that's where we kind of imprison Takopi as well, because I'm getting bullied for having a flower in my hair, so... Bye, Takopi. You stay in prison now. Okay, I finally got a name for you too, Azuma. Okay, we gotta remember that. So now that Takopi's at school, we see a lot of things happening, and it's like, oh, that must be the reason. Homework. Homework's the reason that she killed herself. Okay, let's go back and make sure that she memorizes her homework. And again, we go through a very effective musical montage here again, whereby we show kind of Takopi working through all these really insignificant, small, paper over the crack type issues, rather than focusing on the root cause. And again, Takopi's naive. Takopi doesn't even know the root cause here at this time, and that's what the show is, the journey of finding that out. But yeah, just immediately, this is one step better. You're not as kind of stagnant as you were early, but you're still not understanding, I guess. Yeah, again, it must be this. This must be the reason. Just trying really surface level things. Some of the faces are really fun too, though. Like... It isn't a show that calls for much levity, and I've been big on this in kind of other series I've done on the channel, that I really like shows that can do, or break up the sadness and the serious stuff with a bit of comedy. And I don't feel like the show has much of that. A little bit, Takopi being naive's cute and funny and stuff, but the closest we get are these faces, and I think they do the job. Again, we don't want huge, long stretches of comedy here. It doesn't call for it, but we do need little touches every now and again. I keep bringing up a silent voice, but stands as a point of contrast against, I guess, Naoko Yamada's take there, which is very photorealistic, not a lot of, you know, cartoony expressions and whatnot. It feels like a genuine true-to-life take where this is a little bit more exaggerated. May talk to the ages of the characters as well, where we age up a silent voice characters, so it is a bit serious, and we use that art style a little bit differently. But yeah, I don't know, it feels like a real point of difference for this show compared to other similar things. This is probably the closest we get to, you know, understanding the disordered eating as well. Like, there's a really deep thing going on where you guys are projecting out that she should feel guilty for eating this food because it's welfare food that she didn't pay for, that she freeloaded for, and again, even though you may be hungry, you feel like you can't eat it because of what they're saying. Takopi coming along and eating it regardless is, you know, again, she's not understanding why she doesn't eat. It's just eating it for her. That's not how this works. Anyway, I'm a broken record on that for sure. Again, really, really obvious stuff in the background too of like, how the fuck could you not know that she's being bullied? How the fuck could you not know? So yeah, I can't say I ever got, like, why are you guys then upset that she actually has eaten? Is it because you actually want her to starve? Is it that kind of fucking sadistic? That's fucked up. Because why are you guys so frustrated that she actually ate the food? Like, That's insane. That's insane to me. I wonder how this is done in the manga too. We have a split frame here. We'll show Marina try to bully her over here and Takopi paper over the cracks over here. We hid this notebook in the bin and then we go grab it out for her. We throw the bag on the roof. Takopi gets it down for her. Takopi using his wings here to get up and have a look is nice too. And I've never seen a hater this horrendous. You are seethingly mad that she found her bag after you hid it from her. Again, like, we'll get into why you feel the way that you do and how fucked up that is too, but holy shit, you're a hater. Holy fuck. Through this montage, Takopi finally realizes what's happening, but again, he misinterprets it. Are you and Marina-chan fighting? No, it's not really a fight. It doesn't feel equally weighed. It's bullying, that's the word for it, bullying. Once again showing how far Takopi has to go. This isn't the vibe. You're misunderstanding. Completely. Again, that's the way it would work in a piece of media normally aimed at 10-year-olds. That's the way it would work in something where a character like Takopi would normally be in. It's very easy to solve things. It's very easy that the character arcs get, a happy ending and they get resolved and everything's all hunky-dory. That is fiction. The rest of the show is reality, and Takopi needs to understand that. He's from Planet Happy. We're not on Planet Happy. We're on Planet Earth. It doesn't work that way here. Sometimes it's fucked. Love this moment, too. Shizuka's like, I guess we are fighting. It's almost like she's never admitted it out loud. What's actually happening. Just trying to ignore it, trying to bottle it in. Really love the angle here, too. Just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff going on here all the time. This was one of the ones that really got to me, was the hiding in the bathrooms, delaying the inevitable. I don't want to go see this person. I know what's going to happen to me. She's going to beat the fuck out of me. Like shuddering. I'm just kind of like working my way up to it. The dryness on the lips is insane. It's so sad, man. Holy fuck. Yeah. Holy shit. Holy shit. Just one thing that we're really nailing here is faces. Like, this, it's so tragic, man. Like, this combined with, like, the shuddering and the fucking... It's so bad. She knows what's going to happen, and she can't fight it. She's almost, like, forced to go to this place every day where it does happen. She has no support network. And Takopi still doesn't understand. Like, it sucks. Which, again, asks the question. I love that the narrative's doing this. How do we make Takopi understand? Because Takopi clearly doesn't... This is the most serious. This is so bad, How do we make Takopi understand this? We use a bit of sci-fi. We make Takopi actually become Shizuka and experience the bullying firsthand. So on top of being fantastic character writing and something that was really necessary for Takopi as a character, actually understanding, it's also a great setup because I'd love to see what we do with it in the future with different characters. So hey, we get a bit of Marina's DNA. You become Marina for a bit. You see what she's like firsthand. You see what she has to go through, that kind of thing. You learn different things from other characters in her life. Similarly with, oh my god, Azuma, I want to say. Yeah, I'm keen to see where this goes in that respect. Once again, really understanding character movement, posing, animation, camera work, and the differences, why we use the techniques we use to get these things across. Even here, just some, oh my god, the camera work. This way, right? And then we go forward a little bit, this way. Like you know what I mean? It's like this showdown, right? It's like we're on equal footing, but that's not what's happening. No, it is a beatdown. Yeah, she's gonna slap the fuck out of you. And bully the fuck out of you. This is even so sad, because this is the first time that Takopi's, like, feeling pain even, and, like, fear, and, like, any of these emotions. Like, the Planet Happy isn't like this, buddy. You're out of your depth. Your family doesn't even pay taxes. How dare you answer the questions correctly? Trying to act all smart now. And then Super Kick. Yeah, I'm just trying to... Again, we'll get to the line, but these are all indicative of why you're doing what you're doing, I guess. And yeah, I mean, it's fucking brutal. It's well animated, though. Like, look at some of this stuff. Like, kick in the face, and then trying to get up. Holy shit, it's good. This was the shot I was talking about before. It really feels like she could fucking crush her. I love this moment for Takopi as well. Despite it hurting, despite you being scared for basically the first time ever, you still want to, almost like your body being overcome with emotion and crying and like feeling pain, and you don't know, you can't control what's going on there. You're like shuddering, you're stuttering, you're doing all this kind of stuff, right? But you're still onely determined on preventing this from happening. You know, it's a really, really endearing moment for Takopi. The line here that Takopi goes for is like, I'm sure we could figure this out if we can just talk. Again, seems great on the surface, right? That we should just sit down and discuss our issues. But one party is just not coming to the table on that. Oh, neither party is really, because it's not Shizuka. You're the last person I want to hear that from. You piece of trash. How dare the daughter of a parasite who leeches off men try to give me moral lectures. Give me back my daddy. Yeah, and I feel like you fucking stab her in the eye with the pen. Just circling back around to this scene again whilst I'm editing, another really pointed one is the star on the pen, much like Takopi themselves and a few other things, right? It's this taking of something again that a 10-year-old would generally be interested in, you know, how pretty my pen is, how special it is, it's got a little star charm, that kind of thing, and using it for the most adult means possible. Again, in an ideal world, in a normal world, in a just world, Marina wouldn't be using this pen or feel like she's forced into the situation to use this pen for this means. And again, it's a purposeful subversion. It just paints a really dark picture. Like, it really does. So again, like, Takopi and his magic and that kind of thing doesn't understand how serious it is. I'm using something that represents how serious it shouldn't be in the serious act. Am I making any sense? Can you kind of see that correlation there between the two? Yeah, I think the pen and the star charm specifically is a really nice touch. Even the star charm and connecting it to outer space, potentially planet happy as well. There's some really cool stuff going on under the hood. So again, it's kind of left unsaid what actually happens there, but you come back and you're bawling your eyes out. So it mustn't have been good. Like, I don't know, we seriously hurt Shizuka. Like, we could have killed her with the pen, maybe? Like, could have went right in the eye and just... Yeah, I mean, that could have been it. Or Takopi could have died. If Takopi dies, does he come back here? I don't know. Interesting question for sure. But we gathered information. Even if Takopi didn't, I did. I now know what is the root cause of this, I guess. Or at least one of them. From here, Takopi makes the realization, probably the wrong realization, that I'm the problem. That me helping Shizuka in this way is only exacerbating the issue and increasing the bullying from Marina. Now, yes, it is. But also, no, that's not the reason. You gotta delve deeper, that's the whole idea here. However, what happens this time as we loop back around, Takopi lets Shizuka go. We can kind of contrast this shot coming out of the bathroom with the one of Takopi coming out from before. Like, you know what's going to happen. So, again, you're just not bouncing around all happy-like and stuff. Once again, it's one of the better-looking cuts in the episode. It's just gorgeous. Like... Why go so... I mean, I know why he goes so hard there. It's a really important scene. But, like, holy shit, man. Love this moment for Takopi as well. Like, okay, I know what's going to happen to Shizuka if I don't move. And then I try to make myself move. And I'm frozen in fear. Once again, this is the first time I've felt anything close to this. If I go there, she might beat me up again and I might feel pain. Despite that, still locking in. And this is when we call for the teacher. And probably in retrospect, this is not the correct tack to take if you want the teacher to help you, because, okay, Shizuka calls for teacher goes to backyard, the fucking schoolyard, finds the situation happening. That's strange. That doesn't make any sense. It almost makes it seem like you're a guilty party somehow, that you would egg her on and then Marina's the one that's rebutting or something. It doesn't frame it correctly for the teacher to want to do anything about it. However, again, these teachers are useless regardless. They're not going to do anything. Azuma is one that takes a note as well. Probably notices the bullying. Seems pretty smart. Suggests talking to another different teacher about it. Obviously wants to help, but doesn't understand how. This is how I'm relating this to Takopi. Like, it feels like they're two peas in a pod almost, right? Like, you see what's wrong. You see that something needs to be done, but you don't extend that hand any further than you know, a mere nicety or anything, right? It's not like you're going to put your body on the line. You are doing something in the situation. You're not actively antagonistic, but I wouldn't say you're particularly protagonistic either. I wouldn't say you're helping all that much. Really keen to see how his character kind of expands as we move on. Holy fuck, this background's good. That's kind of the whole show. It's like, oh my god, this is devastating. Fuck, it looks good though. Like, that's kind of the whole vibe here. Yeah, really interested to see what he does in the future. Again, this knowing look at the very end, you know what's going on, you know how severe the bullying is, what can you do about it? Another great moment in the episode here is Shizuka starting to understand what Takopi is doing for her, right? Like, you know, giving me answers, eating my lunch, helping me find my things, helping to, again, band-aid over the bullying. But instead of casting judgment on Takopi here, we genuinely just thank him. Again, even though it's nice to see a smile out of you, but still it feels like it's not enough, but it's nice that you noticed it and still like, that's a nice thing. It just makes me want the best for Shizuka, I guess. It's a really, really endearing scene. School's been like this ever since Marina-chan's dad and my mom became close. Nothing's fun anymore, and I had to face Marina-chan, so I hated my life. But it's not so bad these days. I'm dreading that really bad day where everything goes bad, which makes you want to... Anyway, we'll get there. Just a small little smile there at the very end of, hey, you're actually doing something. Again, maybe it's like the just the volume of the niceties is really helping too. Like, hey, I do have somebody that is onely determined to make my life happy. And that makes me happy, even slightly, even if they're not solving the root cause yet. I don't know. It really pays off on this protagonistic moment here for Takopi, where Takopi's like, no, I have to do something. Like, hey, it did produce this little smile at the very end. And now, so, you see this, you're obviously seething. How could I have failed my after-school bullying 10 days in a row? That's so lame. So then you come home. Okay, interesting. Golf clubs. Interesting. Okay, I want to see a lot of the background here. So clearly higher socioeconomic than Shizuka. That one's obvious. Where then you come in, afternoon sun, I don't know, clearly, like, evidence of a fight. Very, very clear evidence of a fight. Devastation from the mother. And it doesn't justify it, but it becomes clear that why Marina does what she does. She has to come home to this every day. So then, okay, let's try to psychoanalyze mom here, right? So, my husband is unfaithful, right? I feel inferior because of that. So then I lash out, you know, I feel like I'm pushing him away even more, even though, again, I just want him to love. I need that feeling reciprocated somehow, right? I need to be a happy family somehow, right? And then that just gets passed on to the daughter, right? Which is the kind of symbol of the union between the mother and the father, and it's all the weight is put on her. And it's completely unfair. Scratching at the wedding ring is such a devastating touch too. You're on my side, aren't you? Trying to like get her on side in this inevitable like split divorce that's going to happen, right? Almost like weaponizing Marina in the process. You'll listen to what I have to say, won't you? Almost seems like a threat. It's like I don't know, I'm the adult here, man. Like, can I really say no? No. And then what's this touch on the face? So what's that? So for me, it's like, okay, I'm like caressing your face. Again, the child that I had with this man, it's simultaneously care, but it's also like I'm holding on the face a little bit too. I'm pulling that eye down. It's care, but it's also forcefulness. You're being coerced into doing this. Now, again, this is only the tease. We can't project too far further with what's going to happen with her story, but it seems like mom isn't in a good place, pretty clearly, and we're going to be using Marina to get back at dad somehow. Yeah. Again, like, I have to go home to this, I then project forward because Shizuka. It's almost like it's the only thing I can control. I'm a kid. It's the only thing that I can actively fight against in this situation. And again, instead of it focusing on the actual perpetrators in kind of the kind of grand Takopi fashion, you're missing the point too, about who's the actual problem here, who is the root cause. But again, like, what is she supposed to do regardless? Even if she does realize that dad sucks and mom sucks. What am I supposed to do? I'm a fucking 10-year-old. It's just, again, such a terrible situation for her as well. And for the record, I don't think that Shizuka's situation as well gets solved as soon as the bullying stops as well. So say we paper over the cracks with Marina and everything seems fine and, it's tenuous, but there's no more bullying. I don't think that fixes the base problem here of what, Shizuka's life even is. Like, we're going to need a lot of things to change here. This is fucked up. Anyway, that's the end of the episode, basically. I don't know. I hope there's a happy ending. I don't know what a happy ending would look like for this show. I really don't. Like, how do we fix things? How do we fix something that's so fucking broken? This ED is super sad as well. But, again, not particularly... I wouldn't say interesting visually to the point of needing to break it down. There's a few fun touches there. Yeah, holy shit. What a show. Let's leave that there for now. I spoke about that for a very long time. Yeah, definitely want a week going forward. I don't know what the solution's going to be, but I'm fascinated. I feel like this was a masterful episode 1 for all the things that I said. It's a devastating story. Tells a fascinating character arc for Takopi. Looks great. Sounds great. Is great. The hype is deserved. I'm very happy I'm watching this. I really am. It feels like the past couple years I've really missed the boat on some of the more significant shows in kind of the sphere, I guess. I've just kind of watched them myself randomly or, just missed them for one other way or another. It feels like I'm really on board with what is the zeitgeist right now, what the people that actually care about anime are watching. Feels really nice. So... looking forward to more. It's a weird thing to say. I'm going to see more. I'm looking forward to seeing how it emotionally devastates me, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, but comments too. Please let me know if I've missed anything. I doubt that I have anything too major, but if there's some other devastating detail that you want to timecode at me, then I'm not going to say no either. Either way, we'll leave that there for right now. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next week. Patreon, if you want to be that 1 week ahead, of course. Patreon, linked in the description below. I'll catch you next time. See you later. Thanks, bye.